Hello everybody, this is Zoe from No Safer Place, and today I am here talking about a book that I absolutely adored. You may have seen me talk about this book a few months ago on social media, and I am finally round to talking about it. Now, I'm talking about it today because I included this book in the Wildest Dreams book box for November. It was a proof this book doesn't come out until June 2020, and it was the first proof that I've ever included in my book box, and it was one that really struck a chord with me, which is why it's the first book that I've been happy to include in the box. I wanted the first one to be one that I really connected with, and this one wholeheartedly is. So the book that I'm talking about is Hideous Beauty by William Hussey. I think I'm saying that right. And before I get talking about this book, I just want to say that I'll be doing a chat in January for all of the subscribers of Wildest Dreams, but if you haven't read it, you can also get involved too, because I'll be doing a little Q&A with the author and talking to him about the book. And if you haven't read it, hopefully you'll be wanting to read it by the end of that chat. And by the end of this review, to be fair. So the story focuses on two main characters, Dylan and Elle. Now, the story is told entirely from Dylan's perspective, and it starts really quite light-heartedly. If you read the first few chapters of the book, you wouldn't expect it to go in the direction that it does. So it starts with Dylan coming out to his family and them reacting in a way that he is absolutely thrilled with. And Dylan and Elle, they just feel absolutely invincible together. They feel like nothing can stop them, and their world is just the two of them. It's almost like a bit of a backward fairy tale, because we start with this complete bliss and happily ever after, and then we slowly go backwards and things just go south. So they've been together for 4 months, so in the grand scheme of things it's not very long, but when you're a teenager and you're in love, you feel like that person is the beginning and the end of your world, and I completely remember what that feels like. And they wake up one day and something has leaked. I'm not going to say what it is because it's a little bit of a spoiler, and I want to keep this as spoiler free as possible, but something to do with them has been leaked and everyone at school is talking about it. Now, I really related to this because when you're at school, the smallest thing can be leaked about you, not just sexual, just anything in general. Everyone feels like they need to be in your business, and that is so perfectly portrayed in this book, because I remember what that is like so well, and it is one of the things I hated most about school, just how everyone feels like they have the right to know your business. That's me going on off a complete tangent there, but I thought that was really well represented. So they go to their school dance that night. They just want to say a big F you to everyone that has made comments about them. So they show up to this dance, and Ellis starts to change his behaviour, and this has happened once before, and Ellis disappeared without a trace. There was no explanation, and Dylan is really worried that that's going to happen again. And then something monumental happens. I'm not going to say what it is because it is a huge spoiler for the book, and I think that's something that you as the reader need to experience for yourself, because you need to feel as shocked and as horrified as I did when I read it. So absolutely no spoilers as to what that incident is at any point in this video. Then, because of this incident, Dylan starts to unearth more and more about Ellis, and he feels like, does he really know Ellis at all? All of these things start coming out of the woodwork, and they just seem so unlike the Ellis that Dylan knows, and he's just really confused and going through the motions. Again, trying not to spoil, but it's done really well. So there's alternating chapters from then and now. I really like that in a book. I like getting to know our main character's backstory, especially when it's really relevant to what we're reading now. And it was really lovely to see how Dylan and Ellis first met and how their relationship blossomed, how they got to that point in their lives that they're at now. This is a tiny bit spoilery what I'm about to say, but only tiny. I just wanted to make a point of how great I think the subplots are. So there's a subplot about Dylan's best friend called Mike, who's going through chemo, and I absolutely adored Mike. My heart just completely warmed to him. He was such an amazing character, and I loved seeing the dynamic between Dylan and Elle to Dylan and Mike, how different their relationships were with each other. Also, I forgot to mention earlier, this is a really heavy read and it can be quite triggering. So although I would highly recommend this book, make sure that you're mentally and emotionally stable to read this, because it really does get quite deep and quite shocking. What I also liked about this book, I feel like I'm going on lots of different tangents here, but I'm just remembering things as they come to me. I really enjoyed the stark reality of what coming out to society is like. We usually see really positive and happy reactions or really negative ones. We never really see a mixture of both. And in reality, when I came out as bisexual, that's exactly what it's like. Some people are extremely positive and extremely fantastic and make you feel so supported. But then there are negative people in your life as well that don't completely react in the way that you want them to. And this book shows that there's usually good and bad when you come out. And it was nice to see the stark reality of that. It also tackles mental health really well, which if you've been following my channel for a while, you will know that I am a huge advocate for, and really highlights how certain events can affect your life in such a massive way. Again, no spoilers, but again, that's done really well. So Dylan really becomes obsessed and paranoid with the who, the what, the why of what's happened, and he really starts to spiral himself, and you can really see him coming undone, and it's just heartbreaking to watch. Ellis and Dylan are just so pure, and the thought of anything bad happening to them is just heart-shattering, because you are rooting for them from the very first page. There's one part later on in the book between a character called Raj and Dylan, and I have to mention this because if you can survive those pages without crying, you are so much stronger than me. I was a blubbering mess by the time I reached the end of that conversation. It is one of the most heartbreaking few pages I have ever read. So if you've read it and you've got to that point, please comment below so we can talk about it, because I need to talk about the feels. It is one of the most beautiful books I have ever read, which is such a strange way to describe it, considering the topics and how deep it gets. But that's why I found the title so poignant and so apt, because yes, it truly is beautiful, but also it's truly hideous and horrifying too. And once you read it, you will completely understand what I mean. From something that starts so lightly, almost like you're reading a rom-com, and then just with a click of the fingers, it's just this dark, twisty, gritty thriller. And you guys know how much I love thrillers. And the last twist, oh my god, the last twist I did not see coming. For the whole book, I was kind of second guessing what was happening. As we were finding out more clues, I was almost sure what was going on, but no, I was completely wrong. And if you guessed that, please let me know, because I don't see how you could. So I read this book in a few hours. I thought it was absolutely unputdownable, which my favourite reads usually are. It is one of the best books that I've read in 2019. It's just, oh, it's stunning. As I say, a chat will be coming very soon. I can't wait to talk to you guys about it, especially the author, because it's amazing and I loved it, if you couldn't tell by this complete rambly video. As I say, this comes out in June 2020. Thank you so much, Usborne, for sending me a copy, and also for including it in the November Wildest Dreams box. We sold out so quickly, so I'm so excited for so many of you to be able to read this with me. And anyone that isn't a subscriber, when June comes around, make sure you pick up a copy and support William Hussey, because it is fan-bloody-tastic. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like, comment, subscribe, all that usual good stuff. Also, you can turn on the notification bell to be notified when I upload new videos, which is usually every Tuesday and every Saturday. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. Let me know what you would like to see more of on my channel, and I hope to see you all again soon. Thank you. Bye.